Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money like a magnet, while others struggle to make ends meet? The answer might surprise you. It's not about working harder or being luckier. It's about something much deeper: your inner world. This is where Neville Goddard's teachings come in. His ideas about manifesting wealth aren't just another get-rich-quick scheme. They're a powerful way to change your life from the inside out. Goddard believed that our thoughts and feelings create our reality. This means that if you want to be rich, you need to think and feel like a rich person first. It sounds simple, but it's a game changer. Imagine being able to shape your financial future just by changing what goes on in your mind. That's the power of Goddard's teachings. But here's the catch. If you don't change how you think about money on the inside, nothing will change on the outside. You might try new jobs, start businesses, or look for the next big investment opportunity. But if you still believe deep down that you're not meant to be wealthy, you'll keep hitting the same wall. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. No matter how much water you pour in, it will always leak out. This is where things get tough. To really use Goddard's ideas, you have to face your own money demons. These are the thoughts and beliefs that have been holding you back. Maybe you think rich people are greedy, or perhaps you believe that you don't deserve to be wealthy. These ideas might have been with you for years, passed down from your family or picked up from society. Facing them isn't easy, but it's necessary if you want to change your financial life. Think about it this way. If you've always seen yourself as someone who struggles with money, that's the reality you've created. Your actions, decisions, and even the opportunities you notice or miss all stem from this self-image. It's like wearing glasses that only let you see the struggle and lack in your financial life. Goddard's teachings are about taking off those glasses and putting on a new pair, one that lets you see abundance and opportunity everywhere. Before we dive deeper into his ideas, let's talk about who Neville Goddard was. Born in 1905 in Barbados, Goddard wasn't always a spiritual teacher. He started out as a dancer and moved to New York City to pursue his dreams. But his life took a different turn when he discovered metaphysical teachings. Goddard became known for his unique take on spiritual principles. He didn't just talk about positive thinking or the law of attraction. His teachings went deeper, focusing on the power of imagination and what he called the law of assumption. This means that whatever you assume to be true in your mind will become true in your outer world. What made Goddard stand out was how he applied these ideas to everyday life, including money and success. He wasn't interested in complex rituals or hard-to-understand concepts. Instead, he taught simple but powerful techniques that anyone could use to change their life. Goddard's ideas about wealth weren't just theory. He lived them himself, going from a struggling dancer to a successful lecturer and author. He showed that anyone, regardless of their background, could use these principles to create the life they wanted. Why do Goddard's teachings matter for wealth creation? Because they offer a completely different approach to becoming rich. Most financial advice focuses on external actions. Invest in this, start that business, follow this budget. Goddard's approach is the opposite. He said that to change your outer world, you must first change your inner world. This is huge for anyone who wants to improve their financial situation. It means that no matter where you're starting from, you have the power to change things. You don't need special connections, a big inheritance, or even a high-paying job to start with. All you need is your mind and the willingness to use it in a new way. Goddard's ideas are especially relevant today. In a world where economic uncertainty is common, Having a way to take control of your financial destiny is priceless. His teachings offer hope and a practical path forward for anyone who feels stuck or limited in their financial life. At its core, Goddard's approach to wealth is simple but profound. Your imagination creates your reality. This means that the key to becoming wealthy isn't in the outside world, it's in your mind. Goddard taught that if you can vividly imagine yourself as wealthy and truly feel like a wealthy person, you will become wealthy in reality. This might sound too good to be true, but there's a catch. It's not enough to just think about being rich once in a while. You need to completely immerse yourself in the feeling of being wealthy. Goddard called this living in the end. It means experiencing the feeling of already having what you want, even if your current reality doesn't match up yet. Here's how it relates to manifesting money. Instead of focusing on the lack of money in your life, you focus on the abundance you want to create. You imagine yourself with the wealth you desire, feeling the emotions that come with financial freedom. You see yourself making big purchases without worry, helping others generously, or living the lifestyle you've always wanted. But it's not just about daydreaming. Goddard's principle is about creating such a vivid and real inner experience that your outer world has no choice but to catch up. It's like planting a seed in your mind. If you nurture it with consistent thoughts and feelings of wealth, it will grow into your reality. This principle challenges the common belief that you need to see it to believe it. Goddard flips this on its head, saying you need to believe it to see it. In other words, you need to fully believe and feel that you are wealthy before you see the physical evidence of wealth in your life. One of the powerful aspects of this approach is that it takes the focus off the how. Many people get stuck trying to figure out exactly how they'll become wealthy. They worry about which investments to make, which business to start, or how to get a better paying job. While these things are important, Goddard's teaching suggests that they will naturally fall into place once you've aligned your inner world with wealth. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing, waiting for money to fall from the sky. Instead, it means that as you change your inner state, you'll naturally be guided towards the right actions, opportunities, and decisions that lead to wealth. You'll start noticing chances you might have missed before. You'll feel more confident taking calculated risks. Your whole relationship with money will shift. Goddard's wealth principle also addresses a common problem many people face: the fear of losing money. When you truly embody the feeling of being wealthy, the fear of lack diminishes. You start to see money as an abundant resource rather than a scarce commodity. This shift in perspective can be life-changing, leading to better financial decisions and a healthier relationship with money overall. It's important to understand that this principle isn't about ignoring your current financial reality. If you have bills to pay or debts to manage, you still need to deal with them responsibly. The key is to handle your current situation while simultaneously living from the end in your mind. It's like having one foot in your present reality and one foot in your desired future. Goddard's approach also emphasizes the importance of detachment. This means that while you imagine and feel your desired wealth, you don't become anxious or desperate about when or how it will manifest. You trust that as you maintain the inner state of wealth, the outer circumstances will align in divine timing. This principle can be applied to specific financial goals too. Whether you want to increase your income, buy a house, start a successful business, or achieve financial freedom, the process is the same. You create a vivid inner experience of already having achieved that goal, feeling all the emotions that come with it. One of the beautiful aspects of Goddard's wealth principle is that it's not just about accumulating money for its own sake. It's about creating a sense of abundance that spills over into all areas of your life. As you practice feeling wealthy, you might find that you also feel more abundant in love, health, and happiness. It's also worth noting that this principle aligns with modern understanding of how our brains work. Neuroscience has shown that our brains don't distinguish well between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. By repeatedly imagining yourself as wealthy, you're actually rewiring your brain to support wealth-creating behaviors and attitudes. Goddard's wealth principle challenges us to take full responsibility for our financial lives. It suggests that our current financial situation is a result of our past thoughts and feelings about money. While this might seem daunting at first, it's actually empowering. If our thoughts and feelings created our current reality, then changing those thoughts and feelings can create a new reality. This principle also invites us to examine our beliefs about money and wealth. Many of us have unconscious beliefs that sabotage our financial success. Goddard's approach encourages us to uncover these beliefs and replace them with ones that support abundance and prosperity. Importantly, Goddard's wealth principle isn't about greed or materialism. It's about aligning with the abundant nature of the universe and allowing that abundance to flow through you. In this view, becoming wealthy isn't just about personal gain, but about increasing your capacity to do good in the world. As you begin to apply this principle, patience is key. Just as a seed doesn't become a full-grown plant overnight, your new inner state of wealth needs time to manifest in your outer world. Consistency in maintaining your new thoughts and feelings about wealth is crucial. Remember, Goddard's wealth principle isn't a magic formula that works without effort. It requires dedication to changing your inner world, often in the face of contradictory external evidence. It's a practice, something you need to work on daily. But for those who commit to it, the results can be truly life-changing. In essence, Goddard's main idea about wealth is a radical departure from traditional financial advice. It suggests that the key to wealth isn't out there in the world, but within you. By harnessing the power of your imagination and aligning your inner state with wealth, you set in motion forces that can transform your financial reality. It's a principle that puts the power of creation firmly in your hands, offering a path to wealth that starts in the realm of mind and spirit before manifesting in the material world. Imagination is at the heart of Neville Goddard's teachings about wealth. He believed that your imagination is the most powerful tool you have for creating the life you want, including financial abundance. But we're not talking about idle daydreaming here. Goddard taught that imagination, when used correctly, is a real creative force. Think of your imagination as a powerful money-making machine. Just like a machine in a factory creates products, your imagination creates your reality. The key is to use it purposefully and consistently. When it comes to wealth, this means vividly imagining yourself in a state of financial abundance. Here's why imagination is so crucial for wealth creation. It allows you to experience the feeling of being wealthy before you actually are. This might sound strange, but it's incredibly powerful. When you imagine yourself as wealthy, your brain starts to believe it. And when your brain believes something, it influences your actions, decisions, and even the opportunities you notice. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you want to have $100,000 in your bank account. Instead of focusing on your current balance, you would use your imagination to see and feel what it's like to have that money. You'd imagine checking your account and seeing that number. You'd feel the relief, excitement, and confidence that comes with having that financial security. The more real you can make this in your mind, the more powerful it becomes. Use all your senses. What does financial freedom smell like? Maybe it's the leather seats in your new car. What does it sound like? Perhaps it's the sound of waves on a beach during your luxury vacation. The more vivid and sensory your imagination, the more your subconscious mind accepts it as real. Here's a simple exercise to practice this. Spend 10 minutes each day imagining your ideal financial situation. Close your eyes and really step into that reality. See the numbers in your bank account. Feel the emotions. Imagine making big purchases without worry. The key is to make it feel as real as possible. One important thing to remember: don't let your current reality discourage you. Your imagination is not limited by your current circumstances. In fact, the whole point is to imagine beyond your current situation. This can be challenging at first, especially if you're dealing with financial stress. But with practice, it gets easier. Goddard also taught that your imagination can help you overcome financial fears and limitations. Many people have deep-seated fears about money. Fear of not having enough, fear of losing what they have, or even fear of success. By using your imagination to create positive financial scenarios, you can start to reprogram these fears. Remember, your imagination is not just about visualizing objects or scenarios. It's about creating a complete inner experience. This includes the thoughts, feelings, and even the self-image of a wealthy person. As you consistently use your imagination in this way, you'll start to notice changes in how you think and feel about money in your day-to-day life. While imagination is crucial, Goddard taught that feeling is where the real magic happens. He often said, "Feeling is the secret." When it comes to manifesting wealth, this means that it's not enough to just picture yourself as wealthy. You need to feel wealthy. Why are feelings so important? Because feelings are the language of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious doesn't understand words as much as it understands and responds to feelings. When you consistently feel wealthy, your subconscious mind starts to accept this as your reality. And once your subconscious accepts something, it works tirelessly to make it your outer reality. Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed how your current feelings about money influence your financial decisions? When you feel lack, you might make decisions from a place of fear or scarcity. But when you feel abundant, you're more likely to see and seize opportunities. This is the power of feeling at work. So, how do you feel wealthy before you are? It starts with understanding what wealth feels like to you. For some, it might be a feeling of security and peace. For others, it might be excitement and freedom. There's no right or wrong answer. The important thing is to identify and cultivate the feeling that wealth represents for you. Here's a practical way to do this. Think of a time when you felt financially secure or abundant. Maybe it was when you got a bonus at work, or when you were able to buy something you really wanted without worrying about the cost. Remember that feeling. Now, practice bringing that feeling into your daily life, regardless of your current bank balance. Another powerful technique is to act as if. This means behaving and making decisions as if you were already wealthy. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have. Instead, it's about adopting the mindset and emotional state of a wealthy person. How would a wealthy person carry themselves? How would they think about money? How would they feel when making financial decisions? It's important to understand that feeling wealthy doesn't mean ignoring your current financial responsibilities. You still need to manage your money wisely. The key is to handle your current situation while simultaneously cultivating the feeling of wealth. One common obstacle people face is that their current financial situation makes it hard to feel wealthy. If you're struggling with bills or debt, feeling abundant can seem impossible. Goddard's teaching suggests starting small. Find moments in your day where you can genuinely feel grateful and abundant, even if it's for something small. Maybe it's enjoying a cup of coffee or appreciating a beautiful sunset. These small moments of abundance can start to shift your overall emotional state. Remember, the goal is to make feeling wealthy your natural state. At first, it might feel like you're pretending or faking it, but with consistent practice, it becomes more and more natural. You're essentially retraining your emotional responses to align with wealth rather than lack. One powerful way to enhance this feeling is through gratitude. When you focus on feeling grateful for what you already have, you naturally start to feel more abundant. This doesn't mean settling for less than you want. Instead, it's about recognizing the abundance that already exists in your life as a foundation for attracting more. Goddard also emphasized the importance of feeling the wish fulfilled. This means feeling the joy and satisfaction of already having achieved your financial goals. It's not about feeling the desire for wealth, but feeling the actual attainment of it. This subtle shift can make a big difference in your manifestation process. Living from the end is a cornerstone of Goddard's teachings, and it's particularly powerful when applied to wealth creation. This concept means living as if your desire has already been fulfilled. In the context of wealth, it means thinking, feeling, and acting as if you're already wealthy, even if your current circumstances don't reflect that yet. This might sound like pretending or denial, but it's actually a powerful psychological tool. When you live from the end, you're aligning your entire being, your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome. This alignment is what Goddard believed was crucial for manifesting your desires. So what does living from the end look like when it comes to wealth? It means adopting the mindset, emotions, and even the body language of a wealthy person. It's about making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. It's seeing yourself as someone who always has more than enough, rather than someone who's always struggling to make ends meet. Here's an example of how this might work. Let's say your goal is to have a net worth of $1 million. Living from the end would mean thinking and feeling like a millionaire now. How would a millionaire approach their day? How would they think about money? How would they handle financial decisions? You would start embodying these qualities in your daily life. This doesn't mean you should start spending money as if you're already a millionaire. Remember, you're living from the end in your inner world while still being responsible in your outer world. The key is to feel the inner security and confidence that comes with wealth, even if your bank account doesn't reflect it yet. One powerful way to practice living from the end is through visualization. Spend time each day visualizing your life as a wealthy person. See yourself waking up in your dream home, making important business decisions with confidence, or generously donating to causes you care about. The more you can make these visualizations feel real, the more powerful they become. Another aspect of living from the end is changing your self-talk. Start speaking about money and wealth as if you already have it. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," you might say, "I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere right now." This subtle shift in language can have a big impact on your subconscious beliefs about money. It's important to understand that living from the end isn't about ignoring your current reality. If you have bills to pay or debts to manage, you still need to deal with them responsibly. The key is to handle your current situation while simultaneously holding the inner knowing that abundance is your true state. One challenge people often face when trying to live from the end is doubt. It's natural for your logical mind to question this process, especially when your outer world doesn't match your inner vision yet. Goddard taught that persistence is key. Keep returning to your inner state of wealth even when outer circumstances seem to contradict it. Living from the end also involves letting go of the how. Many people get stuck trying to figure out exactly how they'll achieve their financial goals. But Goddard taught that when you truly live from the end, the how takes care of itself. Your job is to maintain the inner state of wealth, and the universe will arrange the outer circumstances. This principle can be applied to specific financial goals too. Whether you want to start a successful business, buy your dream home, or achieve financial freedom, the process is the same. You live as if that goal has already been achieved, feeling all the emotions and thinking all the thoughts that would come with that achievement. Remember, living from the end is not a one-time event. It's a continuous practice. It's about consistently choosing to align your inner world with your desire for wealth, regardless of what your current circumstances look like. With time and practice, you'll find that your outer world begins to shift to match your inner reality. In essence, living from the end is about bridging the gap between your current financial situation and your desired wealth. By consistently holding the inner experience of wealth, you create a powerful magnetic force that draws your outer reality into alignment with your inner vision. It's a practice that requires patience and persistence, but for those who commit to it, the results can be truly transformative. When it comes to manifesting wealth using Neville Goddard's teachings, persistence is your secret weapon. It's what separates those who achieve their financial dreams from those who give up along the way. Goddard often emphasized the importance of staying faithful to your vision even when your outer world doesn't seem to be changing. Why is persistence so crucial? Because changing your inner world takes time. You're essentially rewiring years, maybe even decades, of thoughts and beliefs about money. This doesn't happen overnight. It's like planting a seed. You don't see the plant immediately, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening beneath the surface. Persistence in this context means consistently maintaining your new thoughts, feelings, and imagination about wealth. It means living from the end day after day, even when your bank account hasn't caught up yet. This can be challenging, especially when you're faced with financial stress or setbacks, but these are precisely the moments when persistence is most important. Here's the thing about persistence. It's not just about gritting your teeth and pushing through. It's about returning to your vision with faith and enthusiasm. Each time you choose to feel wealthy despite outer circumstances, you're strengthening your new beliefs and weakening old limiting ones. One way to stay motivated is to celebrate small wins along the way. Maybe you receive an unexpected refund, or you're able to save a little more than usual. These might seem insignificant compared to your big financial goals, but they're signs that your inner work is starting to manifest. Acknowledging these small wins can help you stay persistent in your larger vision. Another key to persistence is understanding that progress isn't always linear. You might have days where you feel on top of the world, fully embodying your wealthy self. Then you might have days where old doubts and fears creep in. This is normal. The key is not to let these fluctuations discourage you. Instead, gently bring yourself back to your vision of wealth. Goddard also taught about the importance of consistency. It's better to spend a few minutes each day imagining and feeling your desired wealth than to do a marathon session once a week. This daily practice helps to ingrain your new beliefs and feelings about money into your subconscious mind. Remember, persistence doesn't mean obsession. You don't need to think about money every waking moment. In fact, Goddard taught that once you've done your imaginal work, you should release it and go about your day with confidence. This release allows the universe to work on manifesting your desire without interference from your conscious mind. One helpful tip for maintaining persistence is to create a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who believe in abundance and possibility. Read books and listen to podcasts that reinforce your new beliefs about wealth. The more you immerse yourself in abundance-minded thinking, the easier it becomes to persist in your own practice. Finally, remember that persistence is about trusting the process. Trust that as you continue to align your inner world with wealth, your outer world will eventually catch up. This trust allows you to persist with a sense of calm and confidence rather than anxious striving. Now that we've explored the key principles of Neville Goddard's teachings on wealth, let's dive into some practical steps you can take to apply these ideas in your daily life. Remember, the power of these techniques lies in their consistent application. Set aside 15 minutes each day for a focused visualization session. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and create a vivid mental image of your desired financial situation. See yourself living the life of your dreams, feeling the emotions of financial abundance. Make this visualization as detailed and sensory-rich as possible. What do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel? The more real you can make this in your mind, the more powerful it becomes. Create positive affirmations that align with your vision of wealth. These should be in the present tense, as if you already have what you desire. For example, I am a money magnet. Wealth flows to me easily and abundantly. I always have more than enough money for everything I need and want. I am worthy of great wealth, and I accept it now. Repeat these affirmations daily, especially when you wake up and before you go to sleep. The key is to say them with feeling, really believing and feeling the truth of these statements. Pay attention to how you speak about money in your daily life. Catch yourself when you use phrases that imply lack or limitation, such as, I can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees. Replace these with more empowering statements. For example, instead of, I can't afford that, you might say, I'm choosing to invest my money elsewhere right now. This shift in language can have a powerful effect on your subconscious beliefs about money. Start making decisions and carrying yourself as if you were already wealthy. This doesn't mean spending money you don't have. Rather, it's about adopting the mindset and confidence of a wealthy person. How would a wealthy person approach problems? How would they carry themselves? How would they think about opportunities? Embody these qualities in your daily life. Develop a daily gratitude practice focused on money and abundance. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for related to your financial life. This could be as simple as being grateful for the money to buy your morning coffee, or as significant as appreciating a new job opportunity. Gratitude helps shift your focus from lack to abundance, aligning you more closely with wealth. After you've done your visualization or affirmation practice, consciously release your desire to the universe. Trust that it's on its way to you. This release prevents you from obsessing or worrying about when or how your wealth will manifest. When faced with financial difficulties, practice reframing them in a positive light. Instead of seeing them as proof that you're not wealthy,